So we're here to do day 3, which is actually May 13th of the one and only Ivan. Okay, today we're going to read pages 38 through 60. So if you want to go read by yourself, go ahead. If you want to join Miss Baker, just stay, okay? Let's go ahead and turn to page 38. And the section we're going to start on is Picasso. Matt gives me a fresh crayon, a yellow one, and 10 pieces of paper. Time to earn your keep, Picasso, he mutters. I wonder who this Picasso is. Does he have a tire swing like me? Does he ever eat his crayons? I know, I have lost my magic. So I try my very best. I clench the crayon and think. I scan my domain. What is yellow? A banana! I draw a banana. The paper tears, but only a little. I lean back. Mac picks up the drawing. Another day, another scribble, he says. 1 down, 9 to go. What else is yellow, I wonder, scanning my domain. I draw another banana, and then I draw 8 more. 3 visitors. 3 visitors are here. A woman, a boy, and a girl. I strut across my domain for them. I dangle from my tire swing. I eat 3 banana peels in a row. The boy spits at my window. The girl throws a handful of pebbles. Sometimes I'm glad the glass is there. My visitors return. After the show, the spit pebble children come back. I display my impressive teeth. I splash in my filthy pool. I grunt and hoot. I eat and eat and eat some more. The children pound their pathetic chests. They toss more pebbles. Slimy chimps, excuse me. I mutter and I throw a me ball at them. Sometimes I wish the glass were not there. Sorry. I'm sorry I called those children slimy chimps. My mother would be ashamed of me. Julia. Like the spit pebble children, Julia is a child, but that, after all, is not her fault. While her father George cleans the mall each night, Julia sits by my domain. She could sit anywhere she wants, by the carousel, in the empty food court, on the bleachers coated with sawdust. But I am not bragging when I say that she always chooses to sit with me. I think it's because we both love to draw. Sarah, Julia's mom, used to help clean the mall. But when she got sick and grew pale and stooped, Sarah stopped coming. Every night Julia offers to help George, and every night he says firmly, homework, Julia. The floors will just get dirty again. Homework, I have discovered, involves a sharp pencil and thick books in long size. I enjoy chewing pencils. I am not sure I would excel at homework. Sometimes Julia dozes off, and sometimes she reads her books, but mostly she draws pictures and talks about her day. I don't know why people talk to me, but they often do. Perhaps it's because they think I can't understand them, or perhaps it's because I can't talk back. Julia likes science and art. She doesn't like Lily Burpee, who teases her because her clothes are old. And she does like Deshaun Williams, who teases her too, but in a nice way. And she would like to be a famous artist when she grows up. Sometimes Julia draws me. I am an elegant fellow in her pictures, with a silverback gleaming like the moon on the moss. I never look angry the way I do on the faded billboard by the highway. I always look a bit sad, though. Drawing Bob. I love Julia's pictures of Bob. She draws him flying across the page, a blur of feet and fur. She draws him motionless, peeking out from behind the trash can of the soft hill of my belly. Sometimes, in her drawings, Julia gives Bob's wings, or a lion's mane, Once she gave him a tortoise shell. But the best thing she ever gave him wasn't a drawing. She gave Bob his name. For a long time, no one knew what to call Bob. Now and then, the mall worker would try and approach him with a tipple, "Here, doggy, doggy." They'd call, holding up a French fry. "Come on, Pooch," they'd say. "How about a little piece of a sandwich?" But he would always vanish into the shadows before anyone could get too close. One afternoon, Julia decided to draw the little dog curled up in the corner of my domain. First, she watched him for a long time chewing on her thumbnail. I could tell she was looking at him the way an artist looks at the world when she's trying to understand it. Finally, she grabbed her pencil and set to work. When she was finished, she held up the page. There he was, the tiny, big-eared dog. He was smart, he was cunning, and his gaze was wistful. Under the picture, there were 3 bold, confident marks, circles in black. I was pretty certain it was a word, even though I couldn't read it. Julia's father peered over. "That's him exactly," he said, nodding. He pointed to the circle marks. "I didn't realize his name was Bob," he said. "Me either," said Julia. She smiled. "I had to draw him first." Bob and Julia. Bob will not let humans touch him. He says their scent upsets his digestion. But every now and then I see him sitting at Julia's feet, her fingers moving gently just behind his right ear. Mac. Usually Mac leaves after the last show, but tonight he was in his office working late. When he's done, he stops by my domain and stares at me for a long time while he drinks from a brown bottle. George joins him, broom in one hand, and Mac says the things he always says. "How about that game last night? And business has been slow, but it'll get better, you'll see. And don't forget to empty the trash." Mac glances over the picture Julia is drawing. "What are you making?" he says. "It's my mom," Julia says. "It's a flying dog." She holds up the picture, eyeing it critically. She likes airplanes and dogs. Mac mummers. Sounding unconvinced, excuse me. He looks at George. "How's your wife doing anyway?" "About the same," George says. "She has good days and bad days." "Don't we all?" Max says. Max starts to leave, then pauses. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a crumbled green bill and presses it in George's hand. "Here," Max says with a shrug. Buy the kids some crayons. Some more crayons." Mac is already out the door before George can yell, "Thanks." All right, so at this point, friends, that was a lot for one section, but we got to keep going, okay? So at this point, we should be on page 51. It's called Not Sleepy. "Stella," I say after Julia and her father go home, "I can't sleep." "Of course you can," she says. "You are the king of sleepers." "Shh," Bob says from his perch on my belly. "I'm dreaming about chili fries." "I'm tired," I say, "but I'm not sleepy." "What are you tired of?" Stella asks. I think for a while. It's hard to put into words. Gorillas are not complainers. We're dreamers, poets, philosophers, and nap takers. "I don't know exactly." I kick my tire swing. "I think I may be a little tired of my domain." "That's because it's a cage," Bob tells me. Bob is not always tactful. "I know," Stella says. "It's a very small domain. And you're a very big gorilla," Bob adds. "Stella," I ask. "Yes?" "I noticed you were limping more than usual today. Is your leg bothering you?" "Just a little," Stella answers. I sigh. Bob resettles. flicks his ears. He drools a little. I don't mind. I'm used to it. Trying to eat something, Stella says. That always makes you happy. I eat a little brown carrot. It doesn't help. But I don't tell Stella. She needs to sleep. You could try remembering a good day, Stella suggested. That's what I do when I can't sleep. Stella remembers every moment since she was born. Every scent, every sunset, every sight, every victory. You know, I can't remember much, I say. There's a difference, Stella says gently, between can't remember and won't remember. That's true, I admit. Not remembering can be difficult, but I've had a lot of time to work on it. Memories are precious, Stella adds. They help tell us who we are. Try and remember all your keepers. You always liked Carl, the one with the harmonica? Carl, yes. I remember how he gave me a coconut when I was still a juvenile. It took me all day to open it. I try to recall other keepers. I have known the humans who clean my domain and prepare my food and sometimes keep me company. There was Juan, who poured Pepsis into my waiting mouth, and Katrina, who just used to poke me with the broom when I was sleeping, and Ellen, who sang, "How much is that monkey in the window?" with a sad smile when she scrubbed my water bowl. And then there was Gerald, who once brought me a box of fat, sweet strawberries. Gerald was my favorite keeper. I haven't had a real keeper in a long time. Max says he doesn't have money to pay for an ape babysitter. These days, George cleans my cage, and Mac is the one who feeds me. When I think about all the people who have taken care of me, mostly it's Mac I recall. Day in, day out, year after year after year. Mac, who bought me, and raised me, and says I'm no longer cute. As if a silverback could ever be cute. Moonlight falls on the frozen carousel, on the silent popcorn stand, on the stall of leather belts that smell like long-gone cows. The heavy work of Stella's breathing sounds like the wind in trees, and I wait for sleep to find me. All right, we're really close, just a few more pages left, so we should be on the Beetle, which is page 56. Matt gives me a new black crayon and a fresh pile of papers. It's time to work again. I smell the crayon, roll it in my hands, press the sharp point against my palm. There's nothing I love more than a new crayon. I search my domain for something to draw. What is black? An old banana peel would work, but I've eaten them all. Knot tag is brown. My little pool is blue. The yogurt raisins I'm saving for this afternoon are white, at least on the outside. Something moves in the corner. I have a visitor. A shiny beetle has stopped by. Bugs often wander through my domain on their way somewhere else. Hello, Beetle, I say. He freezes, silent. Bugs never want to chat. The beetle's an attractive bug. Its body is like a glossy nut. He's black as a starless night. That's it. I'll draw him. It's hard making a picture of something new. I don't get the chance that often, but I try. I look at the beetle, who's being kind enough not to move, then back at my paper. I draw his body, his legs, his little antenna, his sour expression. I'm lucky. The beetle stays all day. Usually bugs don't linger when they visit. I'm beginning to wonder if he's feeling all right. Bob, who's been known to munch on bugs from time to time, offers to eat him. I tell Bob that won't be necessary. I'm just finishing my last picture when Mac returns. George and Julia are with him. Mac enters my domain, picks up the picture. What the heck is this? He asks. Beats me what Ivan thinks he's drawing. The picture is nothing. A big black nothing. Julia stands outside my domain. Can I see? She asks. Mac holds the picture to the window. Julia tilts her head to the side, squeezes one eye shut. Then she opens it and scans my domain. I know, she exclaims. It's a beetle. See that beetle over there by Ivan's pool? Man, I just sprayed this place for bugs. Mac walks over to the beetle and lifts his foot. Before Mac can stomp, the beetle skitters away, disappearing through the crack in the wall. Mac turns back to my drawing. So you figure this is a beetle, huh? If you say so, kid. Oh, that's a beetle for sure, Julia says, smiling at me. I know a beetle when I see one. It's nice, I think, having a fellow artist around. See the little beetle at the bottom? Scurry, scurry. All right, and our last page is called Change, number 60. Stella is the first to notice the change, but soon we all felt it. A new animal is coming to the Big Top Mall. How do we know this? Because we listen, we watch, and most of all, we sniff the air. Humans always smell odd when the change is in the air, like rotten meat with a hint of papaya. All right, guys, so that's our reading for today, and I'll see you back on Thursday. Now go do your assignment, okay?